My husband and I are married for 4 years. We're financially stable. We have a 2-bedroom apartment. We both work. How to know if we are ready to have a baby? How to make sure the responsibility is something we can handle? Because once we have a baby, we can't send it back, of course. Here's the thing. You can't know. To bring another being into the world consciously and to make that as a conscious choice to do, you have to have extra money, time, and energy. You have to make extra money, time, and energy because whatever income you have now will be diminished. Okay, at least temporarily. You have to make sure that you and your husband are able to deal with the challenges of life in a healthy, constructive way. Whatever problems you have in your relationship now, I'm assuming that you're able to have your arguments and your challenges and your fights in a way that doesn't cause harm but causes you to both grow and develop. Again, if you have a relationship, you're going to have fights, you're going to have arguments, you're going to have challenges. Those challenges are for you to grow, for you to find resources that you didn't know you have. Okay? Have a baby and those challenges will multiply. Okay? They won't just increase a little bit. Those challenges will multiply. It's a great honor to bring another life into the world, but you got to ask yourself, are you doing that for them? Are you bringing a baby into the world because you have such an abundance of well-being that, life is calling you to create more life so that you can cause this being you're going to be responsible for the next 20 years or at least, and may not even end up liking you, may end up hating you, may end up turning against you at some point in life, because I've seen that almost universally, that children eventually have something that they're paying about with their parents. Are you really ready to take on that challenge because that is your gift to the world and that is something that is calling you to do forth? Or are you doing that because you have social pressure from your parents or your environment or your culture who are saying, hey, when are you guys going to have a baby? Or when am I going to get to see my grandkids? Or all that stuff that people say when they, want to socially pressure you into giving birth. I think that there's no way to get ready for having a kid except to have one. Certainly you can, put some money aside. You say you have a 2-bedroom apart, fine, you got another room that you could keep a kid in. It sounds to me like you are on a just above subsistence level of income, meaning, great, you have an apartment with an extra room, but you may need a lot more financial resources than that. And if you're both working, one of you is going to stop working, because for the first 4 years at least of a child's life, it needs to have its mother. It actually needs to have its father too, but even more so, it needs to have its biological mother with it. Don't think that you can, farm your kids out to a babysitter or to your mother or your mother-in-law or something, because they're going to absorb that person's essence. The first things that we learn when we're 4 years old is we learn by observation. We learn by mimicking and modeling the caregivers around us. Our relationship with the masculine and the feminine has everything in the world to do with our relationship with our opposite sex caregiver, meaning if you're a little girl, your father, if you're a little boy, your mom, but the caregiver who is of the opposite sex basically sets the thermostat, if you will, sets the way of being for how you will relate to the opposite sex for the rest of your life.